Is the future bright? Hard to tell when the next generation's brain is so clouded with fantasies and falsehoods. Take their outlook on what economic system they think is best. 29% of Gen Z prefer capitalism. Compare that to baby boomers. 60% give capitalism their vote.
So how do you explain the divide? Well, it could be history or a horrible misunderstanding of it, as schools have become liberal indoctrination factories, or little commie camps, as I would say. In Arizona, one lawmaker is trying to change all of that, introducing a bill that would make schools teach the truth about communism, particularly the prevalence of poverty, starvation, migration, systemic lethal violence, and suppression of speech under communist regimes.
Joining us now to discuss, founder of the Dissident Project, Daniel Di Martino, who left socialist Venezuela for the United States in 2016. Great to see you, Daniel. Thank you so much. What do you make of this move? It's a small step in Arizona, but is it the beginning of something possibly bigger?
Look, I think since the pandemic, there's been a movement of parents in this country who've noticed what teachers and schools are actually telling their children and are not happy about that. They're not happy that children are talking about Osama bin Laden in positive ways on TikTok. They're not happy that the Communist Party of China is telling them what to think through TikTok, and that our schools are not pushing really patriotism and capitalism on them. And the risk is, if they don't understand why we're rich, then the next generation will not be rich and free anymore.
Yeah, Daniel, you came from Venezuela, what, 17, 18 years old, so you understand the horrors of communism. Did it shock you when you came to this country and people didn't understand that communism is death and poverty and capitalism is opportunity and freedom? Did that shock you to see what Americans thought about capitalism, which made this country so great?
Look, the first thing that happened to me was, I had left Venezuela very recently, and a month later arrived in the United States, in Indiana, snow, everything happened that fall. Beautiful, great experience. But in the introduction, the orientation for students, they made us do what's called a walk of privilege. If you're white, you take a step forward. If you're a man, you take a step forward. If you're black, you take a step back. And, they do the scale of oppression that they do, and they try to tell you that in America and in the capitalist system, people don't have opportunities, and there's just this oppression based on race. It's just Marxism dressed up in classes, in a war of, instead of classes, of races and of sex. It's something that's unacceptable, and we have to tell young people that's not good.
And like my parents' generation, and I was mostly educated at the dinner table or the breakfast table, but they knew very well the outcomes of communism and socialism and the economic devastation that it would bring upon the working people of a nation. And they had seen it through the immigrants who would come here from the Soviet Union or places like Venezuela. But how did it get lost so quickly? And are you now telling your story around the country?
Yeah, well, I think the number one reason this has happened is that since the fall of the Soviet Union and the Berlin Wall, we don't have that threat, and the Cold War is over, and so people don't see it as a war of ideologies, which is what it really is. We're in a war of ideologies of government control versus freedom. And because of that, people forgot that the real sin of the Soviet Union wasn't that they opposed the United States. The real sin is that they were an oppressive system that made their people poor and hungry. That's what happened to the Soviets. And I am trying to teach that through an organization I founded called the Dissident Project. The Dissident Project sends immigrants like myself who came from socialist countries to speak at high schools to tell their stories. We have people from Eritrea in Africa, Zimbabwe, North Korea. We even have people from Iran, other types of authoritarian countries, Cuba, and we send them at no cost to high schools. Teachers can book us in our website, dissidentproject.com. And, the kids all have a great experience. They get to hear firsthand from young people, because this is not a thing of the past anymore. There are millions of people living in Venezuela. There are millions of people living in Africa, in Asia, under socialist governments. And people need to know that that can happen here, too, if we don't take care.
The communists have taken over the American school system and have fed this garbage to our kids. It's a lie. Communism is evil. Capitalism is opportunity. Daniel joined Rachel and myself on From the Kitchen Table. If you want to go back into our library there, you can listened to an hour conversation with him about this project. It's wonderful. The work, Daniel, you're doing with the Dissident Project is awesome. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it.
It's great to
Keep up
see
the good work.
Thank you both.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.